Ah, good morning, class. Get out of my way, peasant. Now, this would be the time where I would tell you all about how you're going to get F's, but I really can't be bothered today. So, that relation 14. Why don't you teach the class today?
Um, okay.
So, you want to be an evil genius? Well, you're going to need three things: a hideout, lots of money, and an understanding of how to acquire large amounts of energy. Power, for those not in the know, is the transfer of energy per second. But what is energy? Well, you know the feeling when you drink 7 bottles of Lucozade the night before an exam, and then... No, energy is, well... See that explosion? That's energy, one of the many types. But anyway, let's start at the beginning. Energy can be classed as two different states. Stores, which include these, and they are places where energy can be stored. And transfers, which include these, and transfers are just the ways in which energy can be moved from place to place. Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is just how much energy something has whilst it's moving. If it's moving as fast as my car in GTA does when it inevitably plummets towards the ground, then it has a lot of kinetic energy, and if it's stationary, it has none. Now, the closer my car gets to exploding against the hard and cold concrete, and as the kinetic energy increases, its gravitational potential energy decreases. This is because the closer you get to the source of the local gravity, the less distance you have to fall, and so the potential becomes less. And so, if a stationary object is raised above the ground, it has no kinetic energy, as it is not moving, but it has a lot of gravitational potential energy, because it is further away from the source of the gravity. Strain energy, also known as elastic energy or stress energy, is the energy stored in an object which has been elastically deformed. Much like the reputation of Fallout 76, which warped my very perspective on reality as I was under the impression Bethesda could make a game that works. But don't worry, it's not springing back from that pit of adrenaline and fueled hate energy. Sorry, where was I? About to apologize for the fact that these three energies I've just described include math equations. It's physics, what did you expect? Strain energy is found by finding half of the force acting on the object multiplied by the extension of the spring. There's a spring now. Kinetic energy is found by halving the mass of the object multiplied by its velocity squared. And finally, the gravitational potential energy formula is the mass of the object multiplied by the local gravity multiplied by how high up it is. Now, there are quite a few other types of energy, but they are much easier to explain, so I'm just going to speedrun through them. Chemical energy is the energy stored in bonds of materials, like hydrocarbons and fossil fuels, which are used as, well, fuels. Electrical energy is the energy being transferred in a circuit, like the bazillion million watts of power it takes to keep my GPU from going higher than 80 degrees when playing GTA. Nuclear energy is the energy stored inside of a radioactive substance like, I don't know, a banana. Internal energy is the energy stored by a hot object, and thermal energy is the energy given off by the hot object. Magnetic is the store of energy when like poles are forced together or opposite poles are pulled apart. Finally, we have light and sound energy, which is what makes up most of our perceivable universe, and so we can observe and listen to the wonders the world has created for us.
Introducing conversion diagrams. Have you ever wondered?
Oh, how much of my energy that I am paying for actually goes into overcooking my chicken until it is nothing more than a mangled McBurnt?
Well, now you can find out with the amazing energy conversion diagrams. The uniform starting line tells you how much input energy you started with, and thanks to the conversion of mass, that will be the same amount of energy outputted. Although not all of it will be useful, which is why for only the price of your firstborn child, we will include this equation, so you can know precisely how much energy is being wasted by that nuclear blast which cooks your pineapple pizza. And how much energy you're using when you finally build that fourth Death Star to blow up whatever version of the rebellion Disney has decided to plagiarize now.